Bombers, submarines, and ballistic missiles, the Pentagon's triad of nuclear warfare. Usually atomic weapons are considered a means of deterrence, but a now classified DoD document suggests the warhawks in Washington may have other ideas.
Using nuclear weapons could create conditions for decisive results and the restoration of strategic stability. Specifically, the use of a nuclear weapon will fundamentally change the scope of a battle and create conditions that affect how commanders will prevail in conflict.
The 60-page document came out in early June, only to be classified a week later by the Pentagon. It's a surprise it wasn't a secret to begin with. The fundamental principles underpinning Washington's nuclear operations are laid out for the world to see. And they don't exactly correspond to some of President Donald Trump's past talk of non-proliferation.
Between Russia and China and us, we're all making hundreds of billions of dollars worth of weapons, including nuclear, which is ridiculous. I think we're the leader. I think we're always going to be the leader. We have to be the leader. I think it's much better if we all got together and we didn't make these weapons. So I think that's something that could be a phase 2 after this is done.
But then again, Trump himself hasn't been very consistent on nuclear posture either. He called for talks with both the presidents of Russia and China just last year to put an end to a so-called uncontrollable arms race. Several months later, Trump accused Russia of developing missiles prohibited by the 1987 INF Treaty. Although Moscow denied violating the agreement signed to specifically prevent an arms race, the U.S. withdrew.
The United States will therefore suspend its obligations under the INF Treaty effective February 2nd.
And it's no secret the Pentagon's long been on the anti-Russia bandwagon. In 2018, its nuclear posture review accused Russia of producing more non-strategic and INF-banned weapons. But a recent article by the American Federation of Scientists about DoD exaggerations pointed out something interesting, that the nuclear posture review contradicts itself. Their own statistics indicate that Russia had between 3,000 and 5,000 nukes in 2009, 2,000 to 4,000 in 2011, and 2,000 or less in 2018. Exaggerating the threat from Russia only justifies spending more money on weapons that can annihilate humanity. And with the risk of nuclear war at its highest since World War II, there's no time for war games.
The seeming double standard is to present Trump as someone who is reluctant to go to war. The document, I believe, was a message. They're utilizing fear not only to prop up the current belligeristic rhetoric of the Trump administration, but as well to buttress his foreign policy, which is aggressive in South America, aggressive in the Middle East, aggressive in Asia.